But if you look, the coaches that I was under, even starting from high school under the legendary Steve Powell, right? And then moving on to Oklahoma State, you have Eric Guerrero and, uh, you know, guys like Coleman Scott that are training, John Smith, Kenny Monday, Chris Pendleton, Tyrone Lewis. So uh, I've been a sponge everywhere I went, right? I left Oklahoma State. I went to Arizona State under the watchful eye of Zeke Jones, who just came off of being the USA wrestling coach. And one of the biggest coaches, that might have not been the most technical for me, but was one of the most helpful, Lee Pritts,
Yeah.
right?
Everybody that I speak to goes, "Oh no, he's the dude behind the dude."
Yep. He is a grinder and
Mhm.
he works his butt off. And, he's been in a couple different places, and everybody that he's ever come across or touched, I guarantee they have nothing but nice things to say, but they're like, Lee's my guy.
Mhm.
Lee's my guy. But even like you move from there, we brought in Hyson Garcia,
Mhm.
but I moved from Arizona State. I go to Cornell. I get to train with Yanni and help Yanni win his first national title and kind of help him develop as a senior level athlete. So
Mhm.
much that he kicked my butt that year.
Yeah.
Right. And then you got Kyle Dake, who is a lifelong dream to train with. Right. If I were to say two sides of the wrestling spectrum, I was way offensive over here.
Mhm.
Kyle was way defensive over here.
Sure.
Right. And then you have Rob Cole and Mike Gray and Damian Hahn. And then you see me leave there and I go straight to North Carolina for the Olympic run with the Coleman Scott. One of my, you can say rivalries in college, but really he's 1-0 against me. Tony Ramos,
Mhm.
right? To learn the knowledge from him. And then Kenny Monday sitting there, who
Mhm.
I've got with at Okie State and RTC, right? And then the list goes on, right? I go to NYC, RTC, and I'm under another Olympic champ being Kendall Cross
Yeah.
and then Valentin Kalika, right? So all of these guys that I'm coming across, I'm not only observing how they coach, the techniques they're showing, but I'm taking in the systems and taking in these little gems, right? And not necessarily being the person to be like, hey, you got to do it this way or this way. It was more so, wrestling's an art and it's being creative. So it's painting your own canvas.